Welcome back to another episode of English Podcast Session. I'm John.
And I'm Amelia. Today, we're diving into a topic that's super relevant for students everywhere. 5 ways to stay organized for school.
Staying organized can feel overwhelming sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. We've got simple, practical tips to help you stay on top of your schoolwork. Ready to get started?
Absolutely. Let's jump into our first tip.
The first tip is to use a planner. This could be a physical planner or a digital one, like an app on your phone. Write down all your assignments, due dates, and important events.
Right. I use my planner to jot down not just deadlines, but also reminders for smaller tasks, like preparing for a quiz or finishing a reading assignment.
It's also helpful to block out time for studying or group projects. That way, you can visually see where your time is going.
Exactly. The key is consistency. Check it every day, it'll save you from last-minute surprises.
Totally agree. Let's move on to the second tip.
Tip number 2, color code your folders or notebooks. It's such a simple hack, but it works wonders.
Oh, absolutely. Assign a color to each subject like blue for math, green for science, and so on. That way, you can grab what you need without even thinking about it.
And if you're using digital files, you can color code them too. Many apps let you assign labels or tags in different colors.
It's all about reducing mental clutter. Plus, it's a little fun. Who doesn't love a pop of color in their day?
Agreed. Now, on to tip number 3.
Number 3 is to label your school supplies. This one is especially helpful if you're prone to losing things.
Yeah, I started doing this last year, and it's a game changer. Use a label maker, or even just a permanent marker to write your name on your books, pens, and other items.
It's also useful for keeping track of what belongs in which class. For example, you could label your math binder Math Period 3.
That's smart. And if you're sharing a study space with siblings or roommates, labeling helps avoid mix-ups.
Exactly. Let's keep this rolling.
Tip number 4, keep a dedicated study space. Having a consistent spot to do your work can make a big difference.
Definitely. Choose a quiet area with minimal distractions. Keep all your essential supplies like pens, notebooks, and a calculator within arm's reach.
And don't forget about lighting. Good lighting helps you stay focused and reduces eye strain.
Absolutely. If you're short on space, even a portable caddy with your supplies can work as a mini study station.
Great point. Now, let's move to our final tip.
Tip 5 is to set weekly goals. This helps you stay focused and motivated.
I found it helpful to break big projects into smaller, weekly tasks. It's less overwhelming that way.
And don't forget to celebrate your wins. If you finish all your goals for the week, reward yourself with something small, like watching a favorite show or having a treat.
Rewards can definitely keep you motivated. Plus, reviewing your goals at the end of the week helps you see what's working and what needs tweaking.
Exactly. And that wraps up our 5 tips. Let's summarize quickly before we share a story.
Here's a quick recap. 1. Use a planner. 2. Color code your folders. 3. Label your supplies. 4. Keep a dedicated study space. And 5. Set weekly goals.
Following these steps can make a huge difference in staying organized and reducing stress.
Let me share a quick story. There was a student named Mia who always struggled with her assignments. She'd forget deadlines, lose her supplies, and feel constantly overwhelmed.
That sounds tough. What did she do?
She decided to try some of these tips. First, she got a planner and started writing down all her tasks. Then, she color-coded her folders and labeled everything.
And did it help?
Absolutely. Within a month, she was on top of her work and even had time to join a school club. Staying organized made her life so much easier.
That's such a great example. Small changes really can have a big impact.
Before we wrap up, here's a fun quiz question for you. What's one benefit of color-coding your folders?
The answer? It makes it easier to grab the right materials quickly and reduces mental clutter.
Spot on! And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thanks for listening to English Podcast Session. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends.
And remember, staying organized is the first step to success. Until next time, bye.
Bye.